Hey everybody, it's Bryant and welcome to and thank you for joining me today, and I'm going to show you what I picked up this past week from my channel sponsor, Ron's Comic Closet. And also, just so you know, he is the channel sponsor, and if you use code I have issues at checkout when you go to Ron's Comic Closet and make your first purchase, you will get 20% off your first purchase with Ron's Comic Closet just by using that promo code I have issues. We all have issues. Thankfully, ours are just comics. All right, so right now I'm going to show you what I picked up last week, and after that we're going to look at Ron's website, and we're going to look at what I'm going to pick up this upcoming week. All right, so let me go to my trusty comic book feed and add that to the show. Here we go. All right, so the first book that I picked up last week was Swamp Thing, issue number 37, the first appearance of John Constantine. This is the foil facsimile edition, and you can see it right here. Very cool. And the artist on that, well, cover artist was John Tobin and Stephen Bassett. So that's very cool. Got all that foil goodness going on there. That Swamp Thing 37 facsimile edition. All right. Let's see. Hey, we got Kenneth Bird. Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us, Kenneth. Sorry. But this is the first one I picked up with Swamp Thing 37, the facsimile edition foil. So next one I got is Detective Comics issue number 31 facsimile. Very cool Golden Age facsimile here. Detective Comics issue number 31. Like it a lot. Looking forward to reading this. Very cool story. And then I'm a big fan of the Energon universe so far, and this is G.I. Joe issue number 5. Still got to pick up G.I. Joe issue number 4. It might be one of the ones that I pick up this week coming up. But yep, and this is G.I. Joe issue number 5. Got Destro on the cover. Very cool. And the artist on this one, this cover here is Tom Riley. So very cool. This is cover A, issue number 5. Then the biggest book of the week was probably Absolute Flash, issue number 1. And this is the Nick Robles cover. This is the cover A of Absolute Flash. Haven't had a chance to read this just yet. I picked them up last night, and yep, look forward to reading that a little bit later this afternoon. And then we got Absolute Batman issue number 6. This is the end of the first story arc. This is cover A, and it's the Nick Dragotta cover. So this one's Absolute Batman issue number 6, the end of the first story arc. And the next book we got is going to be, this is cover C for Absolute Batman issue number 6. And this is the Simon Bisley variant. Very cool. Very artistically done. It's very sharp. It's very cool. Absolute Batman issue number 6. Please let me know what you think of these ones I picked up last week. Let me know what you picked up. And yeah, look forward to seeing what you got and just seeing your comments. If you can, please leave a comment. Just let me know what you thought of these, or just let me know that you're here. Say, hey, what's up? Yep. And I will reply back and let you know. All right, so these are the ones that I picked up last week. Yeah, and let me show you. Let's see what I got this week. Or let's see what I'm going to pick up this upcoming week. So let me set these aside. Oh, and if anybody's interested in any any Star Wars books, I'm going to be doing a Star Wars show tonight on Whatnot at 9 p.m. Central. It's under I Have Comic Issues on Whatnot. And real quick, I will drop that into the chat here in case anybody's interested in that. Hey, Cliff, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day today. There's the link. That is really, that's a lot of link right there. All right. Yep. Thank you for being here today, Cliff. Much love to you. All right. Okay. So let's see. Now, this is my first real live stream that we got. So, or that I've done. So let's see how it goes. So I'm going to show you. All right, this is Ron's Comic Closet website. Yeah, this is Ron's Comic Closet website. He's a channel sponsor, and we got a whole. He's my local online LCS, so he's here in the same area as me, and he is the channel sponsor, like I said. And you can use code I Have Issues at checkout if you want to get anything from Ron, and you'll get 20% off your first purchase. So we're going to go through this week's upcoming items that they got on his website, and I'm going to pick the ones that I'm interested in picking up. Let me know if you think of any that I should pick up that I haven't, and I would look forward to your feedback. First one I got here that we got Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is probably going to be the biggest book coming out this upcoming week. And I know that I'm going to get that and add it to my cart. So Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1. I'm going to pick that one up. And I do have a couple others I've already put in. There are some back issues. And I'll show you what those are before we leave the stream. So I'm going to go with cover A. It looks like this is going to be a 6-issue miniseries, because right now this says issue number 1 of 6. So should be an easy one to keep up with. I don't know if I'm going to pick up any of the other covers, but I will definitely get the issue 1 or issue A. So that's a pretty cool one. They covered 1G. That one's a pretty cool one. Check that out. And yeah, that one's pretty cool. But I'm going to stick with the cover A's right now. So all of these are pretty sharp. If there's one that you're interested in me showing you an up close look, I will. Just let me know. Some of these are going fast, like this one. Ron only has 1 left in stock. Oh, it is the 1 in 50 variant. Okay, that makes sense. All right, the other big book of the week, or that I'm excited about, is Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 6, and this should be the last one in that story arc, I believe. So I am going to pick up a cover or a copy of that. This is cover A. So I'm going to add that to my cart. Yeah. Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 6. Cover by Hayden Sherman. Very sharp, very cool. And there's some of the other covers. There's cover B. Pretty sharp. And then we got cover C, or no, cover D. And then there's also the Jenny Frison International Women's Day variant, cover E. That one's pretty cool. And then there's cover F. This is the 1 in 25 variant. That one's a little different, but that's by Dustin Wynn, cardstock variant. Some other big books or other books this week. We got the Amazing Spider-Man 70. It's a 1 in 25 variant. Looks like Juggernaut Spider-Man. All right. Don't know much about that one. What else we got? Here's some more variants on that Amazing Spider-Man 70. Got the Brent Schoenover April Fool's Day variant. Homage to AF-15. Got a Black Cat one done by Frank Miller. Not too excited about that artwork, but that's just my opinion. Then we got the Hobgoblin and Spider-Man fighting. And this is continuing the 8 deaths of Spider-Man, or this is the conclusion to that. Have not been reading that, so I don't really know. We got the Marvel Rivals for that video game, pretty hot right now. I haven't had the opportunity to play that yet. Hey, we got Chris the Comic Vet. How are you doing? What's up? And Frank Miller has been hurting your head. Yeah, not too excited about that particular one. So, yeah, the ones I've seen lately, I'm not very excited about. We got a Peach Momoko cover right here. And then we got a Scotty Young one, pretty cool one there. It's kind of meta. I guess picture of Scotty drawing his covers there. And there's the Amazing Spider-Man number 70. Hey Mark, how are you doing? Thank y'all for stopping by, trying to see how this goes. Yeah, that would be, is he going to be a Heroes Con for y'all to see about getting him to sign it? If any of y'all want to pop in, you can. I put the link in the chat or chat group. Then we got Batman 158, cover A, Jim Lee, Scott Williams. I guess the start of the Hush storyline, or Hush 2 storyline. I don't quite have the practice down that Mark does when he does his Tuesday DC Comic Book Day live stream. Those are pretty enjoyable if y'all haven't checked them out, but I know all the people in the chat right now have checked that out. So then we got the cover C right here. Very cool. And this is cover D. A lot of good artwork here. There's J. Scott Campbell variant. And we got the Gabriel Delato, which I know if any of y'all have watched 22 Comics, he's a big Gabriel Delato fan, so I'm pretty sure he'll probably be getting this one. Well, you got the gift for the gab, Mark. Then we got cover C, Dan Mora, cardstock variant. That one's pretty cool. And then we got the Hoops one. Oh, Delato will be a big connecting cover set. Okay. And then we got the blank cover here. A lot of variants for this Batman 158. Then you got the foil variant of Jim Lee. I'm sure you're getting most of these, aren't you, Mark? And then we got the connecting gatefold cardstock here. And then the Sean Gordon Murphy Showcase Wraparound. And so that's the cover K. Like I said, quite a bit of covers here. And they're still going. We're at the 1 in 25. Right there. Bermjo. I'm terrible with names. I apologize. And this is the 1 in 50. Simon DeMio. And then the giant size special edition cover A. Let's see what else we got. We got Long Halloween. Bermejo. Okay. All right. Thank you. Long Halloween, the last Halloween cover, issue number 6, cover A. Two-Face on the cover there. That's pretty sharp. Let me change this real quick. Here's one with Mr. Freeze. And that's cover B. I'm going to stop trying to say the names of the artists right now. And then we got cover C right here. Poison Ivy and Batman. Here's the artist right there. And then we got Bitter Root. I don't know anything about the Bitter Roots one, so I'm not that interested in that one. I got Black Canary. Thundercats, Bermejo. Alright. We got Black Canary, Best of the Best, issue number 5 of 6. Cover A, Ryan Sook. Maestro. And then we got cover B. Joel Jones. And then we got Cyberpunk 2077. Don't know anything about Cyberpunk. Now we got Daredevil, which is popular right now because of the show on Disney Plus. No, this is to be released on the 26th. Yeah, so that's 2 weeks out. Got the same Peach, issue number 19. Got the Peach Momoko cover there. That'll be coming out on the 26th also. That was pretty cool. I got Deadpool and versus Wolverine, Slash 'em Up. I don't know. I mean, Marvel is still riding the Deadpool Wolverine cash train as long as they can, I guess. Because how many different Deadpool and Wolverine limited series are they going to do in 2024 and 2025? This is the Mark Bagley variant. Got Department of Truth, issue number 29. Any of y'all big Department of Truth fans, or if y'all read it and know much about it? I do not, so let me know if that's one I should start reading. We got Doll Parts, a lovesick tale, issue number 4 of 4. Don't know anything about this series either. Okay, I'll check that out. Do they have some trades out there that you can pick up? Because I'm a little behind on those. We got cover B of the Doll's Parts. And they got quite a few covers. Okay. Rarely a week issue. Okay. That's cover C. Here's cover D. And cover E. Chris, I really enjoyed yours and Rob's Only Slabs yesterday. It was a lot of fun to listen to while I was working. We got Doom Academy issue number 2, the Ron Lim variant. It looks like a cross between a Green Lantern and the Jack-o'-lantern, or the Headless Horseman, kind of. I don't know. Pretty cool cover though. And then we got this one. This is issue number. Oh, this is just the Wu Choli Doyle Dormammu variant. And then we got issue number 2 here, or another issue number 2. Guess there's really no A, B, or C on those covers. Doom's Division, issue number 1. We got issue number, or the team up variant here. And we got the Franny variant. Alright. Got a Marvel Rivals variant. And Peach Momoko variant, which is Peach Momoko still as popular as she's always been, or as she has been. And we got a Rose Besh White Fox variant. Alright. Hey Cliff.
Did you want a little help from your friendly neighborhood sociopath?
Sure. Thank you for being here.
Happy to drop by.
How's everything up in New York?
I mean, I'm still getting over COVID, and I have to go back to work tomorrow, so I'm going to be masked up for the whole week, like, you know, and everyone's going to be making comments, and I'm just going to shoot daggers with my eyes, because that's what I do, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm going to get 1/3 of the work I need to get done. I'm going to be super stressed out about it. It's going to be lovely. I look forward to every, godforsaken second of it.
All right. Today is my first day of the weekend. My days off are Sundays and Mondays, so.
Oh, what a blessing!
Yeah, I can get a lot of that personal stuff done on Mondays.
Right? Like having Monday off is great. Everyone's miserable, and you're like, I went to the bank, I went to the post office, I went to the town clerk and settled my business. I did everything. Instead of, I had to take the day off just to get shit done.
Yeah. So.
And you know what's cute? When everywhere you go, people are like, if you just did automatic billing. I'm like, if I did automatic billing, bitch, I would be broke because I can't trust none of you.
True.
But enough about me and the county clerk.
Okay. Do you have any recommendations that I've missed so far?
No, because I have no idea where you started, but I am a fan of the Doom. I'm enjoying World War Doom stuff, or Doom World, or whatever we're calling it. So Doom Division is not a bad idea in my book.
Okay.
Oh, and we got all those beautiful covers too. Oh, forget it. Oh, and Doom Academy. Oh, we in danger. We in danger.
So which Doom Academy one do you like?
Well, I love both. I love both the ones with Kid Dormammu, or Dormammu Jr., or Doyle Dormammu, whatever the hell his name is. I like him. And then the Doom Division, I like almost all the covers. Like Karma's there. I don't know how I care about that. The one where everyone's in a Doom mask, I feel a little bit weird about. But the Momoko covers, I actually feel like her work shines here.
Yeah. Looks pretty. Oh, it looks like the Comet Vet's here too. Hey, Chris. How are you, sir?
So I'm good. I heard Cliff ranting, so I decided to come in here and shut it all down.
As you showed up. Oh, well, Chris, I'm glad you're here. I'm thinking of giving away some of these 1961 Iron Man comics.
You go right ahead. That's got nothing to do with me.
Along with, what about some jungle action?
Oh, I have an entire run of Jungle Action that I'd like to give away to Rob Fat Stacks for only slabs. How do you feel about that?
Wow. Here I was thinking that we were buddies, Cliff.
We are buddies. I love you, and I appreciate the act you put on every week when you're like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, "Sell it, bitch! Sell it for the masses." Mark, I literally go everywhere with your prize package, and I can't wait for it to be hand delivered to you by someone who isn't me when I can't make it to Heroes.
Oh, okay.
No, that was just me being dramatic. I can't wait to get to Mark. I can't wait to see Mark in person and be like, "I saw that, you bitch."
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to Heroes this year, but I'm definitely going to do for 26.
You better be. I better be there. But look, I was supposed to be at KingCon this weekend, and COVID got me. COVID got me like this, and then smacked me around, and none of it was fun. None of it was fun. If I want to get yoked up and slapped, yeah, I'm going to call Chris. Or 316. Or somebody like that. Ryan, I love you for having such a wonderful sense of humor. Thank you.
I'm having a good time.
So by Friday, I'll have my 1/3 of the money to give to Izzy for the trip. So that means that my room, board, and car rental will now exist, and my ticket will also be paid for. So now it just comes down to actually just physically going, and how I'm going to get down to Izzy, because there's a lot of comfortable versus uncomfortable options.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm gonna be sleeping on his floor at some point. I'm a little worried about that.
All right, you and Izzy are both in New York, right?
Legion is a savage. A savage. Listen, I would have been more effed up if I had not been vaxxed.
All right. Let's get back to New Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
Right, so you can pass on that Carnage. I don't know how it made its second print.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Now,
the 1 in 25.
If you have the matching Venom, then I assume that you want to have the matching Carnage, but that's it. If you are not some kind of,
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I will, Mark. It's just, I kind of feel like, okay, here we are. We're about to go down a wormhole again, kind of like what Patrick Gleason did with his web artwork from ASM 55. Like, we had that great Venom cover, and all of a sudden now we got the Carnage. Now we got the Carnage turning into Venom. Like, what's next? Like, they're gonna milk this thing to death if we're not careful.
Yes, just like Amazing Spider-Man 300 and Spider-Man #1. There is no point to any of this.
Yeah, no. Well, those are homage. This is not an homage. This is just, hey, we got a bright idea, and we're just gonna let it rip the hell out of it until there's nothing left.
Listen, I have no particular love for symbiotes, so I don't care. I see this and I keep right on walking. This is not my kryptonite. Now, you show me another Action Comic #1 homage, well, then I'm going to have to slow my roll, and I'm really going to have to think about that.
Yeah, I would not buy this for sure for $47 or $50 since it's the 1 in 50 or 1 in 25 variant.
They're hard pass. You'll see this in a Walmart pack in about 6 or 7 months.
You still find Walmart packs?
Exist again?
No,
of course not. Boys, don't play with our hearts. Don't play with. Now it could show up. It could show up in an Ollie's pack. That might happen.
Well, if Ollie's were doing packs,
10, 15 years.
Wait, Ollie's does do packs though. Then what do I see every time I walk into Ollie's?
What does Mark give away every week when somebody buys
We're going the way of the dodo. What you see is what you get. Yeah.
But why are they hurting us like this? Why do they want to destroy everything they love out there? Mine at least has facts for days too, but at a certain point.
Here's that second print you were talking about, Cliff.
Yep.
So not to be that guy, but do we really need homages to Lethal Protector #1? What that wasn't like astounding artwork. It was just a nice foil cover.
Right, but it's memorable and it's part of our shared experiences. That's what they're banking on. That's what they bank on.
To answer Mark's question, are they quitting packs? Mark, as you know, I keep my ear to the ground when it comes to retailer packs. Walmart's out of it as of right now. Five Below is out of it just as quick as they got into it, and the Ollie stores are not replenishing anything to do with comic books from what I'm hearing, especially along the Eastern Seaboard. The Midwest has gotten on board with that same thing. Books that you see there, they'll slowly be just kind of filtered out and not restocked. Dollar Tree is the only thing that I'm hearing has retailer packs right now, and those are few and far between. The franchises or stores that actually have them. The only retailer packs that are out there are, he's here right now, are those Whatnot ones.
Hey, Mark.
Yay!
No.
Look at that. Oh, look, he even came with some Canadian, Bryan Adams hair today.
It's just my hair, Cliff.
It's everything he does for you.
Bryan Adams Summer of '69 energy wherever you go.
I just took my hat off and walked to the back to play a round of Hydro Thunder on the N64 with Finn, and then they got to go outside and play soccer, so I got up to come in here. I was listening to y'all while we were playing the Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
I love it. It's giving me Bryan Adams meets Green Arrow, and I love every second of it.
Hey, Finn.
Finn.
Well, Cliff, I guess in tradition, I do it for you.
I prefer
Robin
Summer
Hood.
of '69 for obvious reasons, but I appreciate you.
What? Because you went to the Five and Dime?
I went down at the Five and Dime.
Am I ready to see a big soccer
See,
game?
now you have
Only 5 minutes.
to ruin everything that's good and holy. All right.
There is nothing that's good and holy, and that's what you all need to remember.
I can think of one thing that Cliff looks forward to that's holy. We can move on.
And I do say glory, glory, hallelujah when I get there.
It's like, oh, God.
So, Brian, we're talking
Welcome to
about
what my Wednesday show is like.
Okay. I haven't had the opportunity to listen to one of those yet.
You're
Chris.
always
I should.
Right, you're welcome to show up. It's a gay old time. I mean, it's a great old time.
Well, on this note, let's talk about falling in love on the path to hell.
Well
So
done.
that happened to be the next book in line here. I don't know. Do y'all know anything about this one?
Never heard of it.
Okay,
Really?
it's
Never
on
heard of
issue
it?
number 7.
No, I have not looked ahead at anything that releases since the hurricane. I just
Dude,
go to the shop on
oh,
the
that's
release
just
day.
sad.
Yeah, I mean my whole dynamic changed, and I'm like, there's really no reason for me to look. I don't do the video anymore. I stopped doing it and never picked it back up. And it's exciting going to the comic shop, not knowing what I'm picking up that day. Like I legitimately enjoy it, going in completely blind, not having a clue what's on shelf.
Well, first, it's written by Jerry Duggan, who, of course, I do love most of his X-Men work. And a samurai and a gunslinger, both at the same time. And, of course, they are now, like, entering, the other realm, and they're in love, and, they gotta be badass bitches.
Okay.
And there's revenge, and the world falling apart, and purgatory, and it's wonderful.
So is gay murder porn in the afterlife? Is that what you're saying?
No, there's nothing gay happening.
Oh, I thought you said they fall in love. That's all.
Well, I guess this would be the characters that he's
The
talking about,
samurai
right?
is
Right?
I've seen that other cover. It looked like two dudes.
Yeah, it's not two dudes. No, this is made more for you than it is for me.
I was about to say if it was gay murder porn in the afterlife, I might have been in. But this just looks too stable.
Don't worry, because when my book comes out, you'll be ready, because I'm gonna have gays murdering Nazis in the most vile ways possible.
Will they be riding dinosaurs?
Maybe, but Krampus will be there first.
As long as-
I'm in. You got Krampus?
Yeah, have someone ride
Yeah.
Krampus.
It's a holiday theme too. I'm in.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it's oh my god, it's in the mountains. Damn you, COVID, for making me forget everything.
All right.
What's next? What you got?
Fantastic Four, issue number 30.
I recognize that Disney homage. It's homage to issue 1 from that era, isn't it?
Not that I can tell. I don't know. I mean, y'all might know better than me.
It's like a Mark Wade run or something, Cliff.
No, that is an homage to Mark Wade's run. Yes.
Okay.
I'm a DC shill, so I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I need someone to help me out.
Do you know someone had the nerve to come up in the council channel earlier and say that I was a DC Marvel hating shill? And I was like, ha ha ha! You know nothing of my works. Nothing.
I hear it all the time.
That's
Yeah, that
actually
you're a
really good
DC
cover.
shill that hates Marvel, but that's just true. And like,
But it's not true. But it's entertaining all the same.
I know.
I
but
will say that since I've gotten back into comics here pretty recently, I am becoming more of a fan of the DC stuff than I am the current Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I will.
But
I just
that's-
like to point out anyone that just kind of just gets to, like, finds me, they think I'm a DC shill. I love a lot of characters, so it's wherever the better stories are. I shill for what I like. I shill for Ghost Machine. I shill for Energon. I've got like all these Hanna-Barbera books. I have more indie titles on my pool right now than anything, and I champion all of those. If I'm into it, I try to support it and get other people into it. You know?
Yeah, I will say most of my recent stuff that I purchased has been DC stuff, Ghost Machine, and Energon.
Yeah, dude.
And
Can't go wrong with any of those stories.
And I picked up most of the newest X-Men or X titles, issue number 1, but when I read them, I wasn't all that excited going forward.
Yeah, it's hard jump on point really these days for X-Men.
If it's volume 1, I got quite a bit of those. I got almost over 400 of those from volume 1. So,
Okay.
got a lot of those.
What did volume run go for?
I think the last issue of volume 1 was 544.
You're getting close.
So I got, right now I'm missing 2, and I'll have 116 through 544.
Wow.
Still working on those. My goal for 2025 is to have 94 all the way through 544, and then I'll start working on the under. And I'm only missing 12
What are you running
out
against?
of that entire run to complete it.
Chris, you're almost done with ASM, aren't you?
No, man. I finished 1 through 50,
Well, that's the lion's share right there. The rest is all
and then I
filler.
just decided, like, at this point, I don't want it to just dominate my con experience when I go to cons. So I just I'm sure you know, every year at this point now I'm just spotlighting a bunch of things that I want to work on throughout the year, so that I have easy targets to look at when I go to cons, as opposed to I'm working on ASM 1 through 800. That's 1 through 50 caused way too much stress in my life for me to consider going beyond and run filling as opposed to arc filling.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I like to have like affordable chases, so you always have something fun to look for that doesn't break the bank and it's not really going to ever finish. It's the hunting that's fun, not necessarily the completing.
Yeah, that's something we have in common then, because like this year, just
Can you
the
help
big
on
spider books I'm chasing is just 9.8 versions of the Death of Kraven arc, those 6 issues,
it?
and just direct ones so they don't kill me financially, just because I enjoyed that series so much. But
So Craven's
go
Last
ahead,
Hunt is one of your favorites?
pardon?
Craven's Last Hunt is one of your favorites?
It's my favorite Spider-Man title, and probably top 5 arcs that I've read in my lifetime. And there's certain points where I feel like there's some fantastic storytelling where I almost feel like I'm holding on to the Death of Kraven too hard, because some of the fantastic stories I've read in the last, say, 5 years from COVID to here now, some of those incredible story arcs, like the Department of Truth, the Bigfoot arc, those ones are so special too. But who knows how they'll stand up, against the test of time. But the death of Craven, when it comes to Spider-Man himself, yeah, that's number one for me. With a bullet.
I think I might check out Department of Truth see if it's on Hoopla.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of the Hoopla app?
Like I dropped it. I don't.
It's HOOPL. If you have a library card, you can just enter it in and you can read comics for free.
We don't have medicine to make it stop hurting.
So,
it's not a thing.
Yeah, the Department of Truth, I feel like there's been rarely a weak issue, if anything.
But there's not like magic medicine or nothing.
My only complaint about Department of Truth is they go crazy with the variant covers. And a lot of them are really sexy homages.
What, the Lady in Red?
A lot of Jenny Frison covers early on.
Yeah, they started doing those music album homages as well. Van Halen 5150, Prince Purple Rain. There's a lot of real good ones.
There's an AC/DC one out there too. I think that was like the Recalled one or something.
But Brian, if you want a good story to read, I don't know if you've read it or not. Like, clip I think you have, but Mark is one that turned me on to it. It's the Miranda Brothers We Live, Volume 1. That is
amazing.
Such special storytelling. And it's more than just the comic book medium. They have barcodes that you can scan during the storytelling, where they created their own music to go along with the story that you read.
Okay.
It is there's some parts that are really heartbreaking and hard to digest, but it's top 10, top 5, I think, storytelling for me, all time.
I think
I would say especially in the last decade.
If y'all have not read Ram V's The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, highly recommend. Highly.
Ron B is so special. His Detective Comics, my goodness, awesome.
His current New Gods is in my top 3 of 2024 so far, easily.
Yes.
Or
2025.
I think I'm going to pick up the 1 through 4 of those this week from Ron. I think he has those in stock, so I'm going to pick those up. Since you've been talking about them.
Yeah,
And I think I actually have a copy of issue 1 of We Live that I picked up in a collection from somebody local on Facebook Marketplace a couple months ago. So.
R.I.P. Simon, gone too soon. The poor scout.
There's unlocked trauma you're just doing there. Like you gotta
Okay.
It was in this moment we knew that we knew nothing.
you gotta take it easy for bringing up Simon. Yeah.
Is that from the story?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
The story was just a lightning rod in the comic book community when it came out. Like, it was one that, like, when issue 5 came out, that's when they took issue 1 back to, like, subsequent prints, like, and then it started picking up for retailer exclusives. Like, it all happened at the back end of the story. It's just a 5-issue miniseries, but word of mouth was so strong on it that it propelled this book into stardom at the end of its run. It was amazing.
Okay.
And it couldn't have happened to two nicer guys in the world.
No, they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did listen to yours and Paul's interview with them.
Yeah, Blade
a week or two
Forger,
ago.
vast.
Okay, I haven't had a chance to read that one yet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, me
issue
too.
1 of that one's out. I'm
Okay.
excited for issue 3. He stressed the point to me that issue 3 is the turn, like kind of into the story kind of thing. Did they have like a like the first page that they had of their initial story? They turned into like multiple issues. They took one page and made multiple issues out of it.
Okay. So, Mark, since you're on here, Absolute Martian Manhunter is going to be a 6-issue limited series, or is it ongoing?
It's solicited as ongoing. All of the Absolute stuff is, from what I understand. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen any of them.
It says 1 of 6, so I don't
There
know.
you go. That one's just 6 issues. With 120,000 pre-sales for issue 1, guess we'll have to see how issue 3 is selling with it.
All right, any of y'all reading Fantastic Four right now?
Cliff, are
I'm
you
not,
into?
but I'll probably pick this up.
Every time they seem to relaunch a new volume, it's with a team that I just have no interest in. As someone that Mark can attest to this, that as a teenager getting into serious superhero reading, the Fantastic Four was one of the backbone books of my collection. But I feel further away from the Fantastic Four at this point now than I ever have. When Dan Slott took over the last volume of the Fantastic Four, I just held my hand up to it. I'm like, Marvel took us away for Hollywood political reasons, and when they bring him back, they give it to Dan Slott. No thanks.
Yeah, that post that I put up today with the Rob Liefeld comment and asking for people's feedback, there's a comment on there that really resonated with me because they commented something along the lines of like, both the big two aren't really doing too good of stories right now. And I said, well, what are you reading at DC to make you feel that way? And they said, well, I haven't read anything at DC in years, and I haven't really read anything at Marvel in a long time, but I stopped reading because it felt like Marvel kind of switched things up and really they never settled in again back in like the teens. And I think that's a very accurate way to put it. Like in a little bit before 2020, 2015, 2016, they did the whole Marvel Now thing and it was almost like their version of 5G. You know, DC didn't go through with it, but they did the 5G thing where they took all the established heroes and sidelined them to do like new versions of them across the board. And it wasn't very well received, and then they went back to the status quo, but it's never really settled into a good footing where everything's just been. People haven't really been saying, "Man, Marvel's on fire right now."
So wait, so hold on, because I just read your post. I just pulled it up to read it. Rob Liefeld is saying, throw your money at Scott Snyder, the same Scott Snyder whose DMs he went into during the New 52 to say that his sales were only beating Rob's because he had Batman and Rob was getting what Hawken does. That same man is saying these words. I live for this. I'm living for it. For this shit.
I definitely understand what you're saying. It's not the relevance to what I just said.
No, it's not. I was talking about your post. So,
the comment in the post, I think it's Journo's comment. He had a really, really great comment. Just go to his comment, and then
there's 27 comments. The spice, I love it.
Go to Journo's comments and hit the replies and look at his first reply. He had a fantastic comment. He really did.
Well, I expect nothing short from Journo because he's really all over. But where in the hell? Let me go I gotta dig.
And it's not his main comment. I replied to him, but look at his first reply.
Are you sure it's Journo, or is it Afro Sci-Fi Zania's comments? Because that dude, you have multiple interactions.
So Journo said, I can't speak currently over the last couple of years. Outside of Superman and Nightwing, which were good, post-Rebirth, Into Future State had a lot of garbage. I do believe Marvel puts out a lot more titles comparatively, and I think that waters things down. From 11 to 22, I would say DC has way more good stories than Marvel, and I've always been a Marvel guy. A lot of people hated New 52, but there was a lot of good stuff there, in my opinion. While Marvel was trying to find their identity again, it never really settled in. I think that's because I feel like DC, despite having some pretty good stuff, I really feel like they found their identity again with this all-in era, where it feels like we're back to pre-Infinite Crisis, like the early 2000 to 6 kind of thing, even into 7 before they did the New 52. They were in a great place storytelling-wise. Editorial was doing their job. Everything felt concise and intentional. That's how DC is right now in the all-in era. It's very, very weird feeling to be this crisp of a big two universe. It feels foreign anymore. What?
So are y'all a fan of this Peach Momoko?
That's cool.
Well, I'm down for the Momoko kimonos, but mostly because we're doing a giveaway of them. So I will biasly say sure.
Where'd you find that at?
Like
Wait.
most people, I find myself hit or miss with Peach. That one is not particularly for me.
Okay.
But I think you showed
feel
one
this-
earlier. I thought, is there a different one you showed? I thought, oh, that one.
Yeah,
That one
from
is
Wave.
pretty.
Wave has one. I'm
Right.
saying I like the Momoko kimonos.
Okay. My big stumbling block right now with comparing the two is DC is probably clicking on all cylinders, like people are saying. To me, Marvel just puts the wrong creative teams on books that were strong when people first read comic books. Like X-Men is just disjointed across the board. The Amazing Spider-Man has been horrific basically for 7 years at this point. It's a secondary to B, C level heroes, even though they have big names in Hollywood, but in comic books, they generally don't sell well. Captain America has been excellent. Iron Man has been very good. Daredevil has been solid. But Miles Morales, I would, outside of any kind of rebirth, rehashed kind of origin story like Ultimate Spider-Man or Absolute Batman, that kind of stuff, if people want to talk to those things, I'd rather talk about stuff that's a part of the main continuity versus what-if stories, and that's what they are at best, just what-if stories. Miles Morales, I feel, is probably the best Marvel story or arc going. Ziegler's doing a great job. But again, how many people are out there buying Miles and reading it?
No one. When I tell people
Versus people
words,
who pick it up
when I
maybe
say
just
words-
respect.
when I say words like Wonder Woman is actually the best DC book and Miles is the best Marvel book, I get death stares. I get colorful language in return, and I'm like, well, as far as actual caliber of storytelling,
Look, I've been saying for a long time Wonder Woman is some of the best storytelling going. And I would argue
The TK run is.
since Tynion took over Batman 6-7 years ago, Wonder Woman has been better storytelling than Batman across the board for each individual singular title. But I would argue,
Roasting that Tynion run from day
but I
one.
would argue Detective Comics has been incredible even before Ron V took over, then Ron V's arc, and now into the arc that we got going out at Taylor handling it. And I was kind of nervous, but hey, like to me, that you have better Batman stories across there. But yeah, Liefeld just like stirring the pot. Let's just get back to it. Like Liefeld right now is jaded, feels jaded because of Feige and all that stuff.
I think he's been jaded for a long time, and
Oh.
now he's unrestricted now that he's not under their payment umbrella. You know what I mean? Like he's always been
Fair.
unrestricted, unfiltered, but now he doesn't work there for the first time in decades, so he can speak freely about them like he does about everything else already.
I
He's
feel like
getting what he's been
Mark
holding
has a
in.
blind side to unhinged people, and like because the man has been unhinged for years,
I
and you're
just
like,
said
this
that.
is a new level of unhinged for him. I'm like, no, honey, he's been unhinged. You reach out to people who are unhinged and be like, yo, we should do a collaboration. I'm like, wow. I was like, go ahead and reach out to unhinged people. Do you, Mark? Do you? I'll be
What
here.
unhinged person did I reach out to do a collaboration?
The minute we come offline, I'll tell you. And I just feel
I
like
don't
you love
reach
it.
out to anybody to do a collaboration ever.
Well, Mark, I'm being colorful with my language, but I'll tell you exactly what you actually said and what actually went down my actual thoughts.
Okay, that sounds better. But I don't know why you act like I'm biased.
That you,
All right.
I act like you're what?
Biased.
I mean, I just feel like you might be.
Oh, shit.
So anyhow, what do we got here, Brian?
I'm still trying to figure out how to make.
You click on my face and hold it down and just slide it over to where you're at.
Okay. That's subtle.
Rob has always been Rob. And
No,
now
do
he's
you know
just
what's great?
adding
Do you know what's
Marvel to
great?
the list.
So, Mark, now show me Rob feet. Show me Rob feet, because I know you do. I know you. They're all waiting for you. They're all sitting there next to you. I believe in you.
No, I don't have Rob feet next. I just have these in here because these are the chiseled ones that I'd like to have like plans for, but I haven't figured out what I'm doing yet.
Listen,
I gave
one
one
time
away.
was
I had
talking
the
smack, and this mofo whipped out Rob feet after Rob feet after Rob feet.
and then well, more importantly, I showcased how covers in general don't have feet. That's not That's not a
Yeah,
selling
but
point.
Mark, that wasn't as much fun. No one
The
cared. I
cover.
cared when you were there schooling me with foot after foot after foot after foot.
Like covers
I
in
like
general.
Sonic's feet.
Yeah, but I'm saying covers in general, just people don't put feet on them often. Like I'm just grabbing like off the top of the stack here. Oh, we got a robot foot. Like Flash's feet are even blurred out. No feet. All the way down to Space Ghost feet, but not there. Like
Yeah,
all these,
no feet.
yeah, all these comics right here. I just grabbed the stack this big, just peeling them. You got one set of feet in the
I'm
robot
gonna make
feet.
sure. I'm gonna make sure that everyone has head to toe visuals for all my comic covers.
Pagoda got feet.
So, one book. Before we go back, Brian, to what we were talking about, Mark mentioned the all in. You feel like it's clean and crisp. I've always quietly been a Catman fan.
Oh, he's back,
This
yeah.
was so good.
Oh, that's a stretch, Chris. But
Come on.
they clearly don't know how to write Jonathan. But other than that, I'm excited to see where
okay,
it goes.
I think Gail Simone's Catman is probably the best Catman, but this was so good.
Remember Secret Six right before Crisis when they got Catman back and put it together the team? Like
Yeah.
that was the last time we saw him.
Yeah, we need Bane for it to all work. In my opinion. Okay, let's
It's an
do the comic
interesting
book then.
team for sure.
Far down
right.
below.
Have y'all heard of that one? Or know anything about that one?
I do not.
In the summer of
Like that Court of Owls.
1983, teen friends Mike and Brian seek escape from rainy day boredom by exploring Brian's abandoned family home, a notorious haunted house. What will they find below their sleepy eastern Pennsylvania suburb will unlock the doors to adventures and danger.
Sounds horrifying.
Mad Cave's been doing a lot of good work lately.
Who's the letterer if it's Mad Cave?
JB's on to other things too.
Yeah.
This one's
The Court of Owls looking cover I thought was pretty good. The variant for this one. Yeah, for this book. Brian, I think maybe you muted yourself, man.
You are muted, yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome.
And it looks like they got a cover B for that one also.
Yeah, I like that cover.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp. And then there's Feral number 11.
Is anyone still pulling that?
I know Scotty Vaughn is. I dropped off at 5. Just figuring that I would pick up the trades. Cliff, are you still pulling? You're not pulling this anymore, are you?
No. These are
You didn't pick it up?
No, this is not a like. This is one of those things where like I'll buy issue 1 to be supportive and call it a day, you know.
Is this
And
the
then like,
cat?
all my friends will talk about it, and I'll just. And Trish is an amazing human being. Let's not forget. But
Mhm.
mostly, I'll just feed off of my friends enjoying it. So there's still two dudes at the shop consistently reading it, so that's great.
Is this the cat spinoff of Stray Dogs?
Essentially,
Okay.
It's a Scream homage, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that one was. It looked like. And here's a 1 in 10 variant. Then Mark, what do you know anything about this one?
Yeah, it's trash.
Flash number 19.
No, that
remember
run
it
is so trash right now that I stopped reading it. I pull it to keep the run secured, thinking that they'll drop Size Barrier any day now. And it's just I cannot recommend or co-sign that despite the Eclipso being in it even. You just got
Massive
through
drop off.
little Warlord arc and stuff. It's
Yeah.
adding in cool characters that fans like, and we're still like spitting.
I love Eclipso, but this team on this book has been such trash. I'm not even going to look the way of Eclipso.
Exactly. I'll pick it up. I'll literally just do a quick flip like I'm Johnny number 5 from Short Circuit, and I'll put it back and be done with it.
Like Chris, you talked about the wrong team on the wrong book. That is The Flash.
It's too bad because Flash was one of those I would compare it to like Daredevil that for those that were reading it were in love with it, especially when Williamson was at the helm.
Oh no, even after that, when Jeremy Adams took it over and
Yep.
did that insane run that exploded with the 1 minute war, and then they pulled him off as soon as the 1 minute war took off. Like, what?
Yeah,
That
I don't know
was
what they were thinking.
heartbreaking. But they pulled him
Here's
off, telling him, "We're going to give you Green Lantern." He's like, "Well, I guess I can't be mad."
Right? You're like, I can't be that upset.
You know, we just had him on the stream last week talking about Green Lantern and Aquaman and Green Lantern Corps. That's a cool cover. I like
Which
this
one's
suit.
it?
That's cool.
Looks like
too.
this one looks kind of familiar to Absolute Flash one.
Mhm. Oh yeah. It's easy to make some cool Flash covers, that's for sure. Just speedsters in general, they're just cool, man.
Yeah,
Did y'all read Absolute Flash #1?
not yet.
Did you read it yet?
Got
Chris?
it.
I did. I was not thrilled.
There was a lot I liked about it, that's for sure. I liked that they didn't give us answers yet. They just introduced. I feel like we're tagging along with Wally. I like the dualistic storytelling in pretty much all the Absolute titles, like how Wonder Woman goes from the city to the island, to the city to the island, and Clark goes from the fight to Krypton, and stuff like that. It's kind of it's going around the origin story while still doing the origin story. So we're moving forward in all of them at the same time. I enjoy that aspect of it.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Wonder Woman did it best. Superman did it too slow. Flash, which I feel like a storytelling technique that you should bring to the table with a book called Flash should be that you can do it. You can bang out story, and like that, I didn't feel anything special.
We moved through a lot of story. We honestly did. We just didn't get to definitive answers I think people want.
For issue #1 of the 4 now, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than Superman. And I liked it.
For a first
I liked
issue, yeah, if we're just comparing first issues, I think it was
That's
stronger than
all
Superman.
really we can do, right? Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
For issue
But-
1's Batman takes the cave cams down on shock value alone, in my opinion. Wonder Woman left me saying, "Oh hell yeah!" Though, like that ending, like that "come get some" ending to the end, like that shit hit different for sure.
I still stand by Absolute Wonder Woman #1 being the best #1 of that bunch.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But as Chris said, they're all a bunch of Elseworlds and what ifs.
Well,
No, they all
yeah,
take place on literally the planet called Elseworld. Like,
But
literally.
that's what I'm saying. Now, I only meant that, like, if we're going to talk about established storytelling, don't come into the argument with an absolute title or an ultimate title. And I get Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimates, and Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman are sexy titles or whatever. Come to me with established titles. Come to me with Batman. Come to me with ASM.
Mhm.
And then we'll talk that way if we're going to compare Marvel and DC. Don't come to me with just revamped origin stories saying that they're great storytellers. They're just hot books. That's all. We've been through. This is just something that gets retreaded every so often, right?
Yeah. And it's kind of
different
like a
banner.
cheat code too, because they're of their time, so they're able to look out and see what fans are asking for and what fans are complaining about, and craft this character
I get
everyone
it, they
loves
can look at it
around.
globally or within
Yeah, they
the
get it
borders
crafted
of
around
the
like
United
what is
States.
most likely to hit best.
Like, I get that, but it's just my, like, again, but yeah, if we're going to talk Marvel versus DC, if Liefeld's going to do that kind of thing and stir up some emotions and stuff, please don't come with what if storytelling, because hey, like, we're talking with this is Jeff Lemire. This is one of the best writers of the last 20 years, pound for pound. So it's a what if story. And same with like G.I. Joe and Transformers. These are just established brands. Talk to me about established comic book characters that are 50, 40, 50, 60 years old. Then we'll talk about which publishing company is doing it better. And again,
Tom Taylor's Detective Comics, TK's Wonder Woman, Rom V's New Gods, Cantwell's Challengers of the Unknown. God, I'm going to say it out loud, but Riley's Adam Project, like all these, Mark Waid on World's Finest, on Justice League Unlimited.
Mark Waid is a consummate professional, and
World's Finest?
the disrespect that some people have the nerve to dish out for that man is.
He deserves every bit of the disrespect he gets, but he also gives it back. So he's not a victim at all. The guy stands on his own and says some outrageously wild shit, and I still stand and support his books because he doesn't bring his personal life into his professional work, but he speaks about his personal life from his professional platform. So, I mean, he wants that smoke, so let him have that smoke. His work stands on its own. I don't agree with half the crazy shit that man says.
I'm talking about the people who have the nerve to want to dismiss his work and contributions because they don't like what he said.
Yeah, those people are just as ignorant as what Mark Waid says. So that just literally just makes him look stupid. You know what I mean? Like it's great. Like people want to say, like keep it out of comics, keep your politics out of comics. The dude speaks about his feelings
in his work.
He does professional comics without adding it to his comics. He does exactly what you want him to do, but you get mad when you have a different opinion. I don't agree with shit that man says in the real world, and I love him to death. I would love to meet him. I buy as much of his stuff as I can to support him. He's one of the biggest. He's the Mount Rushmore of modern comic. Like he's on there. So kudos to him because other people can't do what he does. Like if they're feeling some type of way, you know it when you read their book. With him, he's just pure love for the medium, the characters. He's a proper professional.
He's great, and he's a great human being, so that's okay.
Yeah, except when he was calling for the death of somebody that he wished would have died one day. Like everyone has a bad day.
And you know what? And sometimes we're going to agree to disagree, Mark. And so, like,
no, I'm not saying like I think anyone can disagree with calling for wishing someone would have died one day when they didn't, but almost did. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Going
public platform saying, "Oh man, I wish the bullet was 1 inch over." Like, yo, that's fucking crazy.
You know, Mark, let's not beat a dead horse over Tony's head, okay? Tony had a couple drinks that night, and that was it.
That's crazy. But again, everyone's entitled to a bad day, an emotional outlet, whatever. I don't hold it against the guy. I say, that's crazy. I love your work, sir. Thank you so much for what you do for this industry. I'm going to continue to support you. I've said crazy shit. I say crazy shit all the time.
Have we even made it through the FOC, Brian? Like, what are we even doing?
FOC? What are y'all talking about?
No, we're terrible people. We're horrible. Like, we should just talk about
Isn't this your first live stream?
Yeah, it is. I'm having a good time.
Oh boy, did we send
we're here to get your hours in one go.
Yeah. Woo.
I wasn't given a format. Oh, let me share the screen.
Hold on. What am I buying this week from my local online comic book shop? Well, he said everything he's buying, so we're taking over now.
I said I don't have a clue what's coming.
You still got a day to prepare for yours.
I focus on buying DC and Marvel. So I'm definitely picking up. I'm gonna pick up part 1 of Hush. And I'm gonna pick up Doom Academy, and I'm gonna pick up Doom Division.
Is the Hush going to be just in Batman, or is it going to be in Detective Comics?
No,
also?
just in Batman. Just in
Batman. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to pick up some Green Lantern.
Hell yeah.
We got an all new Starbreaker, and we haven't seen Starbreaker in ages, so I'm looking forward to that.
Which cover of Batman are you going to pick up, Cliff?
Probably the A cover. There's 34 goddamn covers. I ain't got time for this crap, you know. You know, I'll get the A cover, and then like one of the other ones I like, I'm sure will be discounted soon enough, and I'll snatch it. Oh, and of course the blank cover. I'm a blank cover lover, so don't be that.
Okay.
Green Lantern, yes. Justice League Unlimited, absolutely. Magic #2, second print, no. Marvel Fanfare number 15, Facsimile Edition? What? Interesting. That's a maybe. I don't know what's going on there. Metamorpho, I already gave up on. Peacemaker presents Vigilante and Eagly. I'll probably give that a shot. Oh, Superman number 24, absolutely. Thunderbolts Doomstrike number 2, probably. Such an easy prey for this shit. Ultimate Spider-Man 15, 1,000%. Ultimate Wolverine number 3, 500%. Uncanny X-Men. You know, I'm probably gonna try and get the kimono cover, but definitely getting the Luciano cover, so I'm in once more. And then Wonder Woman 19, hell freaking yeah. An X-Men Hunt Omega, maybe. I'll flip through it and see how I feel. And damn, this is an easy week, technically. That was it. That was Marvel and DC. Oh,
Hey,
and I'll get Amazing Spider-Man.
Here, buddy.
Well, no, Amazing Spider-Man has been like fun, even though it's garbage.
That means he can't eat any food in the morning, so we got to feed him like a.
I would be so critical if they weren't pumping out other great Spider titles.
I understand, but it has been a fun way out the door, you know. And then when that new door opens, I'm going to just turn my head.
Well, I will be critical of it, like I am everything. Whoa! Back that right there. Now that's a great use of negative space.
Yeah, look at that.
There we go.
David Nakayama's been on fire lately. He's got an awesome Aquaman cover he shared on his socials this past week. I was digging it.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Nice feet.
I want a full Nakayama book. That's what I want. I want him on a full title.
Can you imagine? It would be like a solid color. Every page would be negative.
Whoa! Whoa! Back up just a bit, Brian. That dark Superman there on our left.
Rossetti.
Yeah, that's got a little bit of a Cavill flavor to his face there. That's a nice cover. Yeah, I guess he's kind of up in the atmosphere there. If that's the Earth below.
Top of the world, ma.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
Y'all heard of that one? Exorcism at 1600 pen.
I had the ash can for it.
That's a fantastic comic. I like that.
That's
good.
Some people would say we need it now. Some people would say they don't. I read the ash can for it. I thought it was intriguing, but it hasn't been available at my LCS to pick up. So if I see it in trade on cheap, I'll probably pick it up then. Have you read through it, Mark?
No, I just assume like the ghost of Joe Biden's in there somewhere. They're trying to get him out.
No,
it's in the auto pen.
They use
it's JD Vance running around looking for thank yous.
Dude, politics are so fun right now.
Got DJ watching.
What's up, homie?
Kenneth.
Kenny B.
There's the Ultimate Spider-Mans and the Ultimate Wolverines.
I enjoyed issue 1 of Wolverine. That was pretty fun. I don't think I'm going to continue it, but it was fun. Yeah, Colossus cover is cool. I will fist you.
Now, I feel like that's a legitimate threat to take from a villain.
Not the fastball special, that's for sure.
You know, this Colossus and Wolverine will not be doing a fastball special.
Oh yeah,
this is one of the Monster Universe books.
Those had me so interested, but they started coming out at the explosion of my pull list. I'm like, I'm just going to pass on all these.
How big is your pull list, Mark?
Monsters. Huh?
How big is your pull list?
It's too big for me right now. Like I get tons of DC titles, and then all the Energon stuff, like Dick Tracy, Space Ghost, Defenders of the Earth, Herculoids, like all kinds of stuff. Like I didn't realize how big my pull list had gotten. All the Ghost Machine stuff.
Yeah, I still gotta get Geiger 6, and I'll have the complete run so far. So.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That last issue was amazing. Is that book still going strong? That Wolverine one on the far right there?
I have no idea. This
I
is
remember
issue 5
1
of
had a
5.
lot of attention
But
on it.
Revenge, it has not been going strong.
I know issue 1 had a lot of attention because they were kicking off those red band things that they did.
And it was
with,
Capullo, and it was like, oh my goodness, and then that was it. Just
oh, that's unfortunate. What's up, Rich?
Oh, is that the
That's a nice.
comic Cap collects?
Richie?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless I'm calling him outside of his name. And in that case, oops.
That's that crime cement suspense story homage is a good looking cover. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Saber
1 in 25 variant.
Okay.
They got $47 on a 1 in 25. That's wild. What website is this?
This is Ron's Comic Closet. He's my local online LCS.
Gotcha. Man, it's well put together.
Yeah, he actually like
Numbers,
lives
the
about
creators on there. This is crazy.
35 minutes away from me. I went and picked up my books from him last night when I got off work. So
What's up, Ben? Oh, here we go. Now we're looking at raw talent and quality.
here's
Is that Nakayama B?
Look at that. That is just, all of these covers have been so creative but simple. You know what I mean? Clip, you know what I mean?
yes, he knows how to execute high quality with just the basics, and that's what makes him so great.
How's that? You remember that cover with there was like a side profile of Diana screaming and her hair
Hey, Shane.
faded into
Yes,
the
and
stars?
the stars running through the hair.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
I like
But
the sword cover with her on one side and Superman on the other.
Oh yeah, for the layover
Maybe
issue.
issue
Where they
11
go
maybe?
shopping for Batman's present. Yeah,
Yes.
that was such a good issue. Look
No,
at that.
that's great.
tough.
yeah, that's
Who
the
was it that
Nakayama one.
did the variant on the last issue that was all black and it looked like an 80s airbrush art almost? They need to get that person back to do more
And
variants.
that's
Yeah,
another
with the thick
testament
thighs.
to this comic. The filler issue was even excellent.
Yeah.
They didn't
You
go
know,
to the spot.
Where they're just like, let's shop for Bruce. It's so difficult.
Oh wow, look at Donna.
That I think
That looks
that's
like a Nicola
the same
Scott.
artist. Yeah.
Who is that? That artist.
Nicola Scott.
It is okay. Yeah, you can tell from the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've
And
been
the
doing
fact
those
that she's a-
basketball variants for March Madness. John Jang just did one for Batman. What's up, Shane?
I just love all the artists who take the time to care about Wonder Woman's hair because it's important. Those people who draw flat hair for Wonder Woman, they need to leave.
They don't understand the humidity by the coast.
They don't understand humidity. They don't understand grease. They don't understand women. They don't
Riz
understand.
is a real thing. Oof.
I feel you, Chris. I know what you're talking about.
Can
Why
you
do you-
open
why do
up
you think
that-
I'm in a
can you
hat
open
all
up
the
that,
time?
Yeah, I think that's right. Shane Tagaski did that.
can you open up that X title on the right there, where they're at the in front in the police department there?
This X Runaway? What did that say? Oh, Manhunt Omega. God. How do they come up with the names for X titles, Cliff? Is this like one of those, like they have 3 hats with 3 different like verbs and adjectives or something, and they, all right, starts with X, Manhunt. Next bag, Omega. X Manhunt Omega.
No, because Omega is the end, right? No, what happened was Age of Apocalypse was absolute fire, and they started with
Yeah.
Age of Apocalypse Alpha, and so because their limited thinking, it remains limited after all this time. They feel that 30 years later, you can still draw people's attention by opening and closing every story, like the Carnage one with Alpha and Omega.
That's not a
You're right.
bad. That's not a
And
bad gimmick. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
Look at
but
Rob.
then this X-Manhunt, you know.
TJ.
You know what I want to see? Show me X-Cunt. That's what I want next. That's what I want next.
It's like
That's
That's what I want
perfect.
next.
that's a walking down the
Hey,
history
y'all-
of my life, whatever that comic book would be. Then
Chris,
Exactly.
y'all
Well,
remember,
you'll start.
like
you'll start-
the rose tinted glasses thing? Do y'all remember how Age of Apocalypse was received back in the day?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we
was
didn't have social
excited.
media and all that, And I'm not talking about how you necessarily felt, but how it was received. Like,
I don't know.
I don't. I remember, like, because I was younger and everything, but I was in the shop. But I remember people not liking it.
But that was dude. That had to be the older people, because everyone my age, it's all we could talk about.
It
we
was
were
cool to
fighting
me.
to get every cover.
As
You know?
someone that lived it, I can tell you that my circle of friends in high school preferred Inferno at the time over the Age of Apocalypse
Yeah, Age
crossover.
of Apocalypse just did seem to get well received. And I think it might have been
It aged
for
well.
the readers. Like, I wasn't a big reader. I would get comics, I'd flip them. But for me, the fact that Colossus is wearing a bandana, Cyclops has one eye, Wolverine's missing a whole hand, like, that was the coolest thing ever. It was the optics.
All I can tell you is it was well received in my circles. Wizard Magazine praised the hell out of it. You know, yeah, I think most people agreed it was no Inferno, but I absolutely do not remember
Hold on,
experiencing
I'll be back in just 1
anything.
second, guys.
All right. I think time's been really well to it. I think it's held up really good. Like, as time goes, you know, some stuff that's well received now, as time goes, it gets forgotten because it really wasn't that good. But I think Age of Apocalypse is one that is holding the testament of time really well.
Age of Apocalypse is doing well. People need more respect for Kingdom Come. I do not understand.
It's like the most respected comic that's ever been written.
But
And they
yet
still need more respect for it.
there are pockets out there. There are pockets out there of defiance, and I don't care for that.
No, let him. It's gonna be like that for everything. Kingdom Come, like, whether it's any single person's favorite book, it's easily the most respected comic book from the big two that has ever been written. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of highly respected. I'm not saying other ones aren't, but can you name a more respected book than that?
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
I don't think so.
No, it is. And people
I
talk about
think
Watchmen.
people would gravitate towards
Dude,
Watchmen.
I think that both of those are in the top 3 easily, but I think Kingdom Come is more known than Watchmen, just solely off the fact that it's known characters. You have to be in comics for the most part, and it's a little bit different today with HBO and the movie, but for the most part, you got to really be in the know to know Watchmen other than by name alone.
I
No, that is not my
happily take the other side for
Go for
this conversation, just because to me, Watchmen being released in the mid '80s and stuff, that it had incredible traction and just never pumped the brakes.
It's never stopped.
I'm
Yeah.
glad DC hasn't really revisited that much. I know they have, but I'm glad they haven't that
Just
much.
enough to piss off Alan Moore.
Right. Well, yeah, but look, you look at Alan Moore the wrong way and you'll piss him off. But I'm just saying that, to me, when it comes to DC, the number one story told across, like, number
Mhm.
one is Watchmen. Now,
Yeah, and again,
I totally can validate your argument by saying
Mhm.
Kingdom Come. I can. But for me, it's Watchmen. And then
Correct.
and I also have to sprinkle in, even though it's just a one shot, but the Killing Joke. Would
Oh
have to be
yeah.
in there.
Oh please. But see, that's like everybody clean. That's like, because anyone can read that.
But again, like, if you're not necessarily asking yourself what your list is, if you're looking out
Right.
over the crowd of the fandom, what do you see most revered?
I would say Watchmen.
Gotcha.
Hey, 22, what's up?
Goofy.
Yeah, you know, we have
Well, that's cool. You're like a
multiple-
contestant.
Yeah, but one thing. When you buy
Rob's saying Kingdom Come is my pick.
Oh, you don't have enough. How do you get more coins?
Oh, you
Like,
have to,
Kingdom Come is definitely my personal favorite, because I feel like it actually has
Let me
something to say.
let me ask the three of you this then.
So
If
you
Crisis on
don't-
Infinite Earth wasn't replayed out God knows how many
I can't
times
buy
now,
anything until after tomorrow. I gotta
if
sell
it was
my-
just a
Dude,
standalone one-time event,
for Abe
would
tomorrow,
it be more revered
over
than Kingdom
1,000.
Come?
Look at me. Over 1,000.
Daddy.
No, because I think they remain separate beasts.
I have to buy the good part with money. And
I-
then
Because
put it on
Crisis
there.
really
I
was
gotta see how
about
much money I have to spend on Abe
ending
tomorrow
something,
before we can do anything.
Right? whereas
Because I don't know how much it's going to be. They say it's going to be
Are
like
much
between
more about
$1,000
legacy,
and $1,200.
right?
Okay.
And those are very separate things.
Well, and
But
there's also
asking
20
tomorrow
years
after
between the
school,
two,
right?
so there's a lot more mature storytelling
Right.
in Kingdom Come. Right?
We'll get a
Oh,
gift card and put it on there.
absolutely. But I feel like Crisis had some top tier material storytelling.
Right.
You know, like the depths of the deaths that took place in Crisis, right? Like no one just simply died, right? It was like you're in their head, you're in the head of whoever is around them. I mean, Barry, you're not in anyone's head, you're only in Barry's head in that issue, you know? But yeah, like it's
if Crisis wasn't redone so many times, would it be as revered as Watchmen as Kingdom Come?
Yeah.
Like, Bryant, what do you think?
I
Like, have you read Kingdom Come?
Yes, I have. That's actually one of the most recent DC stories that I've read.
You read Watchmen?
I have not read Watchmen.
Enough said, I win.
No.
All I know about Watchmen is the movies and the TV show,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
I
back
read Doomsday Clock.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Doomsday.
I have not read the Watchmen limited series yet. I know that is one that I need to.
Legit, if you've seen the movie, like, you got the story. Like, you're good.
And I do know the difference between the plot points in the movie and the limited series.
And
So
I don't know
those
if I'm of the minority on this or not, but I prefer the movie ending to the giant squid. I think it's more consistent with the actual story than a giant freaking squid.
Yeah, just-
And I like the movie ending part better than the squids or monsters or whatever that fall from the sky, and what they in the limited series or the HBO series where they were like
They're still falling.
do it by clockwork. Oh, here comes the raining squid. And that's kind of weird.
For such a grounded world and story, save for Dr. Manhattan, the squid thing is just kind of a leap. That's really your only push into the extraordinary, in my opinion.
Yeah. On the subject of Crisis versus Kingdom Come, I think I liked Kingdom Come, the story itself, better because it was more, I don't know, like condensed or easier read to follow. But that's coming from someone that didn't know a lot about DC when I first read it, or read both of them, because reading Crisis and not having read everything or a lot before that, it was a lot to kind of catch up on or try to follow up on. So that's my opinion, but it's easy to follow the Kingdom Come story a lot better. All right, then we got show some other new books coming out. Have y'all heard of You'll Do Bad Things?
New.
From Image. I know nothing about this one.
Who's listed as a creative team for this?
Tyler Boss and Breakout Talent, Andrea Tolucci.
Adriano Tutalucci? Cliff, what do you see in there?
Clear the
Tolucci?
comment so we can
Adriano
Tutalucci?
Tortolucci, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been
Sorry,
10
Rob.
years since the release of He Came With a Smile, the true crime smash hit that chronicled the brutal murders committed by the nursery rhyme killer. But in the decade since its release, its author, Seth Holmes, hasn't produced another title. He wants to write a story with a happy ending, but every
Pause.
time his fingers clack
Cliff,
across
pause.
the keyboard.
Can you please
it
carry
always-
on your can you please carry on what you're reading in a Dr. Doom servant voice, please?
It has been the 10 years since the release of He Came In With a Smile, the true crime smash hit that chronicled the brutal murders committed by the nursery rhyme killer. But in the decades since its release, its author, Seth Holmes, hasn't produced another title. He wants to write a story with a happy ending, but every time his fingers clack across the keyboard, it always ends in the character's death. Worse yet, these tales of blood and barbarity that flow so freely from his mind are starting to happen in real life. Turn the page on this Giallo-inspired thriller from the haughty, hyphenated Tyler Voss and breakout talent Adriano Portalucci.
All hail Doom.
Well
Very
done.
nice.
Yes, come into my den. Let us drink wine.
Here's a couple of the other
That's cool,
covers.
sir.
There we go. That's got like 80s VHS cover written
Yeah.
all over it.
I had Videodrome vibes off of it.
Here's the 1 in 10.
You know, is it wild that now that you made me read the description in Doomstad voice, I now want to read it?
We all want to read it now.
Cliff owes Moon Knight money now? That bitch owes me money. I was gonna say it's 3 personalities versus 1. That bitch owes me money.
This is a creepy cover.
Yeah, that's freaky. Like nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, that's Faces of Death kind of VHS cover.
Yo. Bringing back childhood memories now.
You know, the first time I ever saw anything like that was at a graduation party in high school.
Y'all celebrate really weird where you're from.
People
Well, it
walking
was
from
like,
trucks.
no, because like
Like, guys, we did it. We got over the hill against all odds. We made it. Let's watch a snuff film.
yeah, exactly. So like, no, what's happening is upstairs I'm making pina coladas,
Is
right?
that real?
And then downstairs is like the weird older brother of the guy who's graduating, right? So I went to go check on the boys downstairs, and so it's the weird older brother and a couple dudes who are my graduating age, including this baseball player who I thought was cute. So of course I'm gonna find an excuse to stick in the room. Only I'm horrified by what's going on.
This
There
is
is
one
the
that
other-
22 Comics is probably going to want.
He's gonna
He's a
want
good Gambit fan.
Torn
He's the
Clark's
best
done a lot of
X-Men.
nice work.
Cliff, is this that Momoko one you were talking about?
Yes, another Momoko kimono. Yes.
What's going on with Peach's Ultimate X-Men title? Is nobody still reading it or liking it?
I mean,
Flash by
some people
Night.
still read it.
Flash by Night's
Black
reading
Knight's one of them.
it and thoroughly enjoying it. He said.
Yes, and Seabills
Yep.
is thoroughly enjoying it.
That's
Yep.
super dope too.
Oh, that's
Something
awesome.
about the purple. What's in the reflection? That's not him down there.
Almost like death behind him. Death Adder.
Is that when he was a horseman?
Oh no, that might be what that
Right.
is.
I think
Nice.
it is him. It was just a proper reflection.
Yeah, but it's not a proper. Well, that's what I'm saying. That
There's
reflects
other
something
things there.
else.
That would be nice in Virgin variant. Remove that big trade dress.
Yeah. That is a sharp cover.
Yeah.
Here's a wraparound one, it looks like.
That's fire. Blow that one up.
That's a homage to X-Men 1, Jim Lee's X-Men 1.
April Pools. That's pretty good.
Who drew that? That's really wild.
Chad Harden.
Chad Harden. Not familiar.
And usually, I know anything and everything about somebody whose last name is Hardon.
It's a nice Spider-Man one in the middle.
This one.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's pretty
Good.
cool.
I gotta hop off here, get the kids fed, and start the evening routine. School starts tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you for the
What do you-
invite.
Well, thank you. And Mark, what do you got? You got a show tonight, don't you?
I'll be live in an hour, so I got a lot to do between now and then. But
All
yeah,
right.
look forward to you doing more of these, man.
Okay.
Chris,
Yeah.
Cliff was good hanging out, homies. I'll see everyone later.
Thank you. there any other books you want to?
I too have to split.
Okay. Well, thank you for
My
popping on here tonight, Cliff. What show is
pleasure.
it?
I saw you and I felt like you needed some company, and I just wanted to stop by. And I gotta tell, I'm just exhausted. COVID has just got me whacked out this whole freaking week.
What shows you got coming up, Cliff?
I don't know. I'm just here. All right. Monday, New Keys and Hot Comics, 8 p.m. Eastern, Council of Comics. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, Council of Comics. For New Comic Book Day. If I can fit it in, I try to be a New Comic Book Day hangout at 7 p.m. Eastern with our good friend here, Chris the Comic Vet. And Friday night, I've got comics and cocktails with Cliff, with my guest, Black Pound Comics, and we're going to be drinking the Devourer of Worlds as our cocktail. It's going to be great. Go look in the description of the episode for the recipe and join us.
Cool. Thank you for sharing all that. And it sounds like you, even though you said you didn't know what you had coming up, sounded like you had a very good idea.
Yes, because that's what brain fog does to you. One minute I go, oh no, why am I covered in crumbs? And the next minute I'm like, oh wait, I have 3 shows.
Only thing I have coming up is I'm going to try to sell some Star Wars books tonight on Whatnot.
And you do that, sir.
Very good.
May the force truly be with you.
Oh, thank you very much. Anybody getting that Rogue Savage Land?
I mean,
I picked up a couple sexy covers. Other than that, it didn't hold me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and it's so funny because Tim Seeley is writing it, and when I interviewed him, he told me just how excited he was to write this series. So he put his heart into it, folks. So give it a chance.
Okay.
Damn it!
So
connecting Hulk covers just to turn me on and get me pissed off.
Red Hulk.
It's Red Hulk, but it's the thing, so that makes me more excited.
Oh, it's a connecting cover.
Yeah.
So there's the first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce too, Brian. Thank you for having me on, man.
Thank y'all for being here. What do you have coming up, Chris?
Tell you what, everyone that's watching, the people that's in the chat, check out 22 Comics, his alternative list, some of the better the YouTube programming that's out there. Check out TJ Flash by Night. Wednesdays I go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for shows. What you got? Catch me on Rob's Fat Stacks old comics. Saturdays for Only Slats, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, and whatever else around the world. But yeah, that's it for me. And check out Council of Comics as well, Wednesdays after my show. There's a whole lot of hot personalities having a good time.
All right,
good night,
cool.
everybody.
Thank y'all.
Thanks
Thank you, everybody,
on,
for watching tonight.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go ahead and call it so I can get ready for my show on Whatnot. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you to Chris, and thank you to Mark. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. And this is Bryant from I Have Comic Issues. And here we go.